Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So sorry if it's a bit dark, it's getting dark outside. This is kind of my updated glam makeup look, so if I just want to look a bit more dressed up going somewhere, this would be like my go-to going out look. This is like a really foolproof, full coverage base, but it still looks really dewy, so I think there's a few good tips in there for anyone that has skin like me. My skin's quite dry, so I had to kind of do trial and error with skincare to find out how to get a really full coverage look without it going really dry and cakey, so I think I've mastered that. But yeah, this is a lot more wearable for those of you that don't really want to wear like a really colourful look. So yeah, that's it, close up. So yeah, if you want to find out how I created this look from start to finish, then just keep on watching. Okay, so just a disclaimer as well for anyone that says that my foundation doesn't match my skin tone. I know I've put a bit of tan on just because if this was like in real time and I was going out, I would be a lot darker than this. For anyone that doesn't know, I work at Laura Mercier, so a lot of these products are Laura Mercier. However, I'm not just using them for the crack, I actually do really like the products. So I have already put my moisturizer on. The next thing that I use is the Power Primer. Now in the beginning I was like, what's the point in this? It's like a primer for your primer. But it actually has really kind of improved the appearance of my pores and things. So I just take a bit of that and just apply it like a serum, just all over my face, and it's really silky on the skin. So I find that when I'm doing like a really glam look for going out, my prep of my skin like makes all the difference. So because I have quite dry skin, I'm going to go in with the illuminating one from Laura Mercier, just for a wee bit of a glow. And then because this is illuminating, I kind of like to focus it on the cheekbones and then in just over the pores, just like that. So just depending on the colour that I am, really, like what tan I have on or how tan I naturally am, I use certain foundations just according to that. I prefer to use like kind of mattifying foundations on a night out just because I've really hydrated my skin beforehand. These two are a really good combination. I love this one on its own just for kind of day-to-day basis. It's the Maybelline Fit Me. This is the pale shade, and then this is my really tan shade in the Flawless Fusion from Laura Mercier. So I'm just going to mix them two and hopefully get the right colour. And then I like to use a stippling brush and just kind of pat it on the skin, that way I get the best coverage. So the two concealers that I've been loving at the minute is the Age Rewind by Maybelline. I use the shade Nude in this one, and then I just go in with a lighter shade of the Revolution concealer just to kind of highlight under the eyes. And then I like to just use the same foundation brush just to kind of blend out the edges. And then just for a few minutes I like to leave the concealer under the eyes just to kind of get a bit tacky before I go in and pat it in. And then I'm just going to go in with a tiny bit of the lighter one in the same places. And then before that has a chance to crease, I'm gonna set it with a translucent powder. So the one that I've been loving recently is the Airspun. Most of the time, if I'm not doing a cream contour, I would just put the Airspun where the concealer was, and then I'll take my MAC Studio Fix powder. This is my tan colour, so I kind of focus that on the perimeter of the skin and use that to set the rest of the makeup. And this, it sets the skin, but it also kind of starts to bring warmth into the skin. I then go in with the MAC Dark Deep bronzer, and I'll just begin warming up the skin. The bronzer that I've been loving for contour is the Fenty bronzer. It's really matte, so it's just going to have no shimmer in it, just if you want to create a bit more definition. And then I always take the contour shade right into my hairline just to make sure that everything is nice and blended and seamless on the face. Now, I don't always do this. This isn't really a necessary step, but I'll just do it if I'm really kind of putting a lot of time into my makeup. I'll take the Laura Mercier. This is the blurring powder. This is meant to kind of set the under eye concealer, and you can also use it on any open pores, so you can kind of use it on the sides of the nose, down the nose, and it just blurs the skin. So I like to take it on a wee brush and just use it to slightly brighten up the under eye. And then I also just take a wee tiny bit and just use it to clean up right there. Something like this is great to take out with you just to kind of touch up your makeup. And then for blush, so I use quite a few different products, again, if I'm going all out with my makeup. You've probably seen this before. This is the Obsession palette, and I always use this blush. And then this one, so this is the Lottie London blush in the shade Drake. And this almost has like a sheen to it, so I apply that on top. And then finally, this is almost to bring it into the highlighter. So this is the Milani blush, but it almost comes out like a gold highlighter, so I use that right where I would put my highlighter. So then finally, for the base, what I like to do is I take this vitamin E moisture water, and I'll just spray my face and then apply a bit of highlighter. And this will really melt all the powders in to your skin, so it'll make it look like the texture of skin and not layers of makeup. My highlighters kind of change day to day. The one I've been loving recently is the Becca highlighter in Prosecco Pop. I'm just going to quickly do my brows off camera. I just use the Inglot angled brush. This is the 31T. And then I just use this brow kit. I actually think I got this in Savers, and you get all of these shades and then a wee wax and a pencil. So once we have the brows done, I don't really do a lot on the eyes. My signature will probably just be like a warm look and then a liner. So I'm going to go in with these two from the Modern Renaissance palette just on the lid. And then I'm gonna go in with the golden ochre colour, which is this one. So you can kind of see how this colour just makes it a bit more muted. Just like that, and then I'll do the same on the under. I like to go back in with this brow palette and my brow brush, and I kind of do like a wee smudged wing. I really like to elongate my eyes. So if I'm kind of doing a look for going out or anything remotely glam, I'll always do eyeliner in the waterline. So I'm going to take my Inglot gel liner and just place this right in the waterline. So I'm just going to put on a wee bit of mascara while my lashes are drying. And then for the lips, I always just opt for a nude, like a nudie brown colour. So I'm going to start with Strip Down by MAC. And then I go in with Cork from MAC. So my two favourites are Strip Down and Cork. I always mix them. Cork's just a bit darker. And then my favourite lipstick would either have to be the Honey Love from MAC, or I love this Doll Beauty one. This is Get Lippy. So then what I like to do is I take the Anastasia liquid lip. This is in the shade Naked, and I just use that to kind of lighten the lip a bit. And then last but not least, for the lips, I always like to apply a gloss. So I'm going to take my favourite gloss, which is the Girl Talk from Peaches and Cream. So I think that is my completed kind of night out glam. That's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. Again, leave any comments below if you want to see certain videos. I'll get round to doing them, and thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you want to see when I upload a new video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.